Wendy Williams is officially fired from her show. Leaked. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, HereLuxLife. The Wendy Williams show has held a spectacular craze among people since its release in 2008. Now it has covered over 14 seasons and talks about various topics. Shockingly, the time is going tough for the host. She has been surrounded by controversies that could possibly fire her from the show. Let us cover all the details in today's video. Overview. All of it eventually boils down to Wendy Williams cracking a cruel joke about Drew Carey's ex-murder. It is indeed a toxic thing to translate trauma into a publicity stunt. As expected, people attacked Wendy Williams for her comments and they held her accountable for everything she did. A host must entertain the audience instead of using an emotional incident to gain attention. Thus, making fun of Annie Harwick's death was highly condemned around the media. Let us gain an insight into what really happened and what its consequences were. If Williams is famous for one thing, it is definitely not for her generosity. She doesn't even think twice before starting anything that eventually puts her in the negative limelight. There is no doubt that questions spike up engagement in any talk show. But there is a limit to it. Wendy Williams crossed the line by asking the audience if they knew Swavy. The story does not end here, as she also mentioned him to have more TikTok followers than her. Well, I will not deny that the topic is insensitive and feels inappropriate from various angles. A member of staff decided to contradict the host's claims. From offstage, he mentioned the internet star having fewer social media followers than her. Williams could not be courteous for a second as she boasted about her social presence. According to her, not even a single soul is aware of Swavy, so she clearly denied those statements in her favor. The actual matter: if this incident has already shaken your core, wait until the real blower comes into the picture. Wendy Williams was highly unprofessional as she eyeballed one of the photos of Swavy and she continued to move it in an up and down manner. After doing so, the host continued with the announcement of death. Wendy's long experience in talk shows has definitely not equipped her with the appropriate attitude and action plan. She maintained her ego after denying to apologize for those senseless comments. The host did not leave the subject of Amy's alleged assassination in her show's Hot Topics segments. Almost everyone is aware of this unfortunate strategy, thus it seems shocking how Wendy can stay insensitive. It is highly unprofessional of her to poke fun at the tragic death. At the time of presenting all details about the death, Wendy made some absurd facial expressions. They were not suitable at all, especially if people could hit the trigger point easily. Her comments and overall behavior led to fans generating hate. We never know if this backlash could translate to Wendy getting fired soon. Show scenario. Further, the extremely low IMDb rating of her show indicates a poor performance backed with continuous trauma. It is high time that the host should do something about it and refrain from all the drama. The response from media platforms was rather shocking as the hashtag #CancelWendyWilliams quickly started trending everywhere. People are still perplexed about the retention of Williams on the show. According to them, she does not deserve a single chance to air at this point. One of the Twitter users posted if the host was voluntarily trying to cancel her show or if all of it was a mere coincidence. It can be possible that Wendy is in the opinion of gaining negative fame if things are not going well for her. The reasons could be plenty, including the downfall of the show's TRP and public hate. Just think wisely. How would it even matter if the source of popularity is manipulative or not? It will eventually become a hot topic for discussion at the end of the day. You will literally choke on air after knowing what another user had to say about the whole incident. Let me quote the exact words from Twitter here. Can we finally get this dumpster of a human off the air? Or will she now get a Presidential Medal of Freedom? Obviously, the people are tired of Wendy's drama and want the show to go off the air. Well, I will not deny that the reasons hold some relevance in today's time. So, let us analyze the case and unfold it step by step. You guessed it right, we are going to dive straight into the social media backlash. Why did Wendy receive so much criticism after making fun of Drew Carey's ex-fiancé? Here are the details for you. Comprehensive analysis. The name of Carey's ex-lover was Amy, and she fell to death from the third-floor balcony. I will not deny that the case was traumatic, as reported by the police. Wendy Williams could not miss a chance to cover the whole story in her show as she began to describe minor details about the accident. She started the plan with a brief introduction and then slowly moved to more detail. So the host even gave a backstory about the therapist's death that seems pointless at any point. No one will certainly appreciate the idea of an accident becoming a mystery. I will not deny that Wendy Williams tried her best to convert everything into suspense. Her exact words went like, she was killed, not by Drew, but... Moving on, the host could not even finish the entire sentence after Wendy looked up and followed her eyesight into a downward direction. It was a clear sign that she did not hold any interest in her coverage. For the audience, everything seemed like a mere formality rather than bringing some sort of functional element. So eventually, Wendy's remark was greeted with angry moans. The scoff of skepticism were determined to follow her path. Unlike in earlier times, fans watching the broadcast from their homes looked out for every way to cancel the host. It is not the first time Wendy Williams got into major trouble, and we can expect not to be the last as well. Instances go back to cracking jokes around Joaquin Phoenix, and at that time, she could easily get away with it. But this case might bring a different turn related to Amy Harwick. No one appreciates the onset of the show after facing such disgrace. The police have already done their job by investigating the death, so Williams' death does not form any ground here. According to the reports, the victim had many assaults on her, and even severe injuries pointed to the same conclusion. It does not make sense if a third person interrupts in between and brings random stories. As mentioned earlier in the video, the trending hashtag cancel Wendy Williams managed to hold its relevance. People did not think twice before calling out the show's host for her unjustified actions, or rather, I would say that the lady's career is approaching its end soon. Recent news. Talking about the current updates, the Wendy Williams show is not having its best time, and it is getting speculated with continuous delays that are hampering its relevance. The reason is not actually about the feud, instead it is related to health concerns. According to recent reports, Wendy Williams has been diagnosed with COVID-19. It will be irresponsible to continue with the show as it poses a major risk to the large population. In case you are already curious, this important announcement was made recently on Wendy's Instagram account. Even though the host was vaccinated, it seems strange how the global pandemic followed her path. Let us look at the positive side that she knew about the complications before they could affect anyone. For now, Wendy is strictly advised to follow all quarantine protocols and take proper rest. The show is expected to start its 13th season from 4th of October 2021. Besides that, the interim will also get its repetitions. Even though everything was about the ongoing health issues, the future is very dicey about the Wendy Williams show. All the promotional activities have paused now, so we cannot expect a favorable outcome shortly. Let me remind you that it is not the first time that the show got postponed. Similar news broke out on the internet in May, and Wendy made a surprising announcement to return the show from June. Well, the grounds were based on full vaccination that did not bear much fruit. Do you think that Wendy Williams will get completely abandoned from her show in the future? Drop your opinions about it in the comments section below. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any update from us. Till then, bye guys! Thank you so much for staying with us.